So this unboxing, I have 4 picture books, and I've sort of categorized it by teaching a concept. And so the first one is by Caldecott Honor winner Carson, Ellis. So I believe this is a Candlewick Press book. And, you know, look how beautiful. And also, you know, Candlewick Press always does these very special things. So this has a very thick cover, and it's got this die cut, which you can't see here, but when I open it up, you can see it. And here's the end paper. And so in the half room, this looks like it is a concept book about fractions. Everything is half. But I think he does it in sort of a, you know, sort of like a story, a narrative story, but also with his, you know, beautiful illustrations. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so it is. It's definitely a story about fractions. It's a story, but it incorporates fractions. And here specifically just the concept of half. All right, the next one is a 100th Day of School story, Miss Mingo and the 100th Day of School by Jamie Harper. And the 100th Day of School is something my kids all celebrated in kindergarten because they were learning how to count to 100. And on the 100th day, which usually hit, because, you know, we start after Labor Day, I would say maybe closer to December. But on the 100th day, every child would bring 100 things into school. So it'd be like 100 Cheerios or like 100 beads or something small that you could collect and put in like a tiny Ziploc bag, a sandwich Ziploc bag. And so that was how they kind of learned the concept of 100. And I think that's great, you know, because kindergarten is also when they're learning how to count, and 100 is a big number. And I've only seen a few 100th Day of School books. I mean, I think like one comes out every year, I feel like. But, you know, it's a good concept, and also, you know, kids can learn hundreds by, you know, counting tens 10 times or counting fives 20 times. So this definitely is that same concept of 100, counting to 100. What is 100? And here it's through animals, and it just looks playful and fun. So let's see. It's no ordinary day in Miss Mingo's classroom. It's the 100th day of school. Everyone has 100-day projects, and you know, and then they show how they make hundreds all different ways. So definitely math and fun and counting, all kinds of good stuff. This one is Dolls and Trucks Are for Everyone, written by Robb Pearlman, illustrated by Ida Kaban. And yeah, I think this is just sort of about gender equality and just not gender identifying, which, you know, like for my generation, you know, you have to sort of retrain your brain. And so here, you know, things that have gender specifications, you just have to sort of, it's a nice reminder that, you know, toys shouldn't be gender identified, and that, you know, boys can play with dolls, girls can play with trucks, you know. I mean, I think it's a great message, and I feel like this generation of kids, you know, they're not as bound by gender rules, you know, which is really, you know, encouraging. So, but this is a nice story that just kind of brings that message home. Great for also, you know, masculine toxicity, toxic masculinity. I think that's the correct term. That's the sort of the anti-toxic masculinity picture book. And then this last one is Franz-Ferdinand and the Dancing Walrus, and it's by Marcus Pfister, who, you know, all of us probably know the Rainbow Fish, and I think that is Marcus Pfister. This is from North-South Books. I don't know if I identified this publisher. The previous publisher is by RP Kids, the Dolls and Trucks, and then the 100th Day of School. Oh, it's by Candlewick Press. Okay, so this one, it just looks like a fun animal, you know, playful story. But then when I sort of was flipping through it, it actually has, I think, more of an environmental message, which is why I categorized it as a, you know, books that teach a concept. And I think this one is about, you know, it's actually pretty wordy for a picture book, which also I found interesting. But I think this is about ocean pollution, and you know, and so it's environmental message, which is why I put it under, you know, these all had educational concepts. But nice to see Marcus Pfister is, you know, has more books out, and that they are using ballet to get the trash out of the ocean. So kind of a fun way to talk about the pollution in the ocean. So thank you to all the publishers for these 4 books, and thank you all for watching.